Good morning, children. Saira, welcome to this session. We have finished with the poem, The Ghost. Now let us do the textual exercise and the summary of the poem. Before doing that, we'll just read about we know about the poet. Who is the poet, children? Yes, K.K.N. Daruwala. You know, we read about him. Now we will read the poem once again, and I will tell the summary of that poem, and then we'll do the reference to context. Okay? Now, I'll just read the poem once. The good thing about good people is that they are transparent. The bad thing about ghosts is they are transparent. In fact, the way you see through them, you don't see them at all. And when you can see a ghost, it isn't quite a ball. In fact, you are up against a transparent vapor wall. A few things it were best to know about ghosts, that they are bad hosts, for they are never in station, and worst guests, they barge in invitation or no invitation. Ghosts are not bad omens, they don't bring doom, they don't come in through chimneys, they don't ride a broom. But ghost stories can be true, I could tell you a few. You can see the picture of it. Old hotels where stairs creak and where doors hinges squeak are full of stories of early speak of ghosts and chudales. I've heard it tell a lady goes bathing in a Mussoorie hotel. Every night you heard water running and the clink of bangles on her unseen hand. But going to the bathroom, you'd see the floor quite dry and silence draped on the tall stand. Once a forest guard saw 1/5 of his face, the ghost face. He only saw eyebrows and goatee. Another saw no legs, but sailing by, he saw a dhoti. In a village, birds would suddenly stop their morning bicker and their morning twitter. They had sensed a ghost there, rummaging in the litter. But let's end these stories, for ghosts give me the jitters. Jitters means what? Nervous feeling or frightening feeling. Okay? You understood the story? Now we'll just, this is the funny poem. It is the poet is telling about the ghosts. Okay? But he is actually frightened of the ghost, isn't it? That's why he's telling. It is giving him nervousness or worried feeling, jitters. Now shall we see the summary of the poem? Yes. Who is the poet? K.K.N. Daruwala. K.K.N. Daruwala's poem is a funny account of the nature of ghostly encounters. What is the worst thing about ghost, children? About ghost, according to him, is of course the fact that they are transparent. That means we don't know where the ghosts are. Might be in that room also, or somewhere behind you, or behind anybody, behind me also, isn't it? So it can be anywhere. So that is the worst thing the poet is telling. One does not even know what one is up against. He remembers the lady ghost in a Mussoorie hotel, a favorite haunt of ghosts. He could hear the clank of her bangles and the water running, but on going inside, the bathroom was dry and empty. Though there was water falling, they could hear the water and the clinging of her bangles, but when they opened, the bathroom was dry. There was not even a drop of water. So he is telling this all stories about ghosts. Okay. He also tells a tale of ghosts in a forest, another preferred address for them. Forest guards apparently saw one that was only eyebrows and goatee, another that was just a floating dhoti. Okay, so one saw only eyebrow and the goatee, that is a small beard, isn't it? Another man saw what? No legs, only the dhoti was floating. The poet also mentions how animals and birds act oddly in the presence of ghosts. Because they were twittering and bickering, all stopped when they sensed the ghost. The poem ends abruptly as the poet admits to have been scared simply by talking on its subjects. I'm frightened to talk about this because that itself gives him jitters. Okay, so this is the summary of that poem. Shall we go to the reference to context? We'll revise. We will take three, that is from the textbook. We will take three reference to context, and we will see the questions based on those. Okay. Now answer these questions with reference to context. The sentence, the words, the two lines given from the poem is, in fact, you are up against a transparent vapor wall. In what context does the poet say this? Okay. So he's telling the poet says this in the context of the vaporant forms of ghosts, because you know they are transparent. You don't know where they are. They are in the form of vapor. Okay. So that means they are not to be seen. We cannot see them. So the poet says this in the context of the transparent forms of ghost. Okay. Next one. What is the question? What wall is he talking about? The wall is the ghost's body. Okay, transparent wall is what? Vapor wall. Wall is what? It is the ghost's body. We don't know whether the ghost is standing in front of us also. Because it is transparent, we cannot see them. This is all imagination. There is no ghost, children. Okay, it is just an imagination. It is an imaginary poem. What does the poet imply by saying one is up against a ghost? Up against implies some kind of confrontation. Okay. So another second question. Another saw no legs, but sailing by he saw a dhoti. Who is referred to as another? Another is the second forest guard. Okay, another means, who's that another? Another forest guard saw what? He saw a floating dhoti, isn't it? So who is this another? Another is the second forest guard. What did the previous one see? First guard, what did he see? Do you remember? Yes, he saw one eyebrow and a goatee, isn't it? So the previous guard saw a ghost with 1/5 of his face present, along with eyebrows and a goatee. Only 1/5 of his face was seen, of the ghost face, along with only one eyebrow and a goatee. So that was, who saw this? The first forest guard saw this. Why did this one see no legs? And he could not see the legs because they were transparent, isn't it? The legs could not be seen because they were transparent. He could not be seen because they were transparent. In this poem, the poet says that the ghosts are transparent vapor wall. Okay? So that is the bad thing about ghosts, because they are transparent. We don't know where they are. When he's telling stories about, but there he's telling there are true stories about the ghosts. One was that in that Mussoorie hotel. Okay, what did he see in the Mussoorie hotel? They could hear the bangle sound, clinging of the bangle of a lady bathing in the bathroom. And when they opened to see, was there even a drop of water? No, the bathroom was quite dry. There was not even a drop of water, but only the sound of the bathing lady and water falling sound, as well as the clinging of her bangle, could be heard in that Mussoorie hotel. Okay, and about the guard we saw now. Okay, one guard saw 1/5 of the face with one eyebrow and a goatee. And what did another forest guard see? He saw the body. He saw a flying dhoti. He did not see any legs, but he saw the flying dhoti, floating dhoti. Only the dhoti was moving here and there. So these are the stories about the ghost. Shall we see one more question? Okay. But let's end these stories, for ghosts give me the jitters. This I told you. What stories are being referred to? You all know this. Ghost stories are being referred to. Are you all frightened of ghosts, children? Many of you will tell no. Yes, because there is no such ghost, or no, we don't have anything like ghosts. So because we all believe in God, isn't it? So there is no such thing called ghosts. But some of the stories, or some serials or movies, horror movies, many of you like to watch, I know. But sometimes you get frightened by seeing that movies, isn't it? Ghosts. Somebody is coming and touching. You all also scream, isn't it? So you are frightened. Sometimes you are frightened of the story, of the ghost stories. But in daytime we are not. You are not frightened. I know. Sometimes in the when the light is off in the dark room, then you all start imagining that ghost is around you, but nothing of that sort. Okay, because we all believe in God, isn't it? Okay. Do ghosts really give him the jitters? The jitters might be literal in case of the poet is a superstitious person. Okay, he's telling, really do ghosts give him jitters? He's saying because he might be a person who's superstitious. That is, a ghost is standing. He's thinking that, believing that ghosts are there. That's why it is told that it is giving him jitters. How are these lines ironical? These lines are ironical because it is the poet himself who had chosen to start telling ghost stories. He only started telling ghost stories, and that's why these lines are ironical. Okay, so this is the just a revision for you. These questions will not come for the exam. Whatever written work I'm giving, only that will come for the exam. This is just a revision of the poem. Okay, hope you all understood the poem. It is a very nice, interesting poem. It is about the ghost, which is transparent, and the poet is frightened by, even while telling the stories of the ghosts. Okay, we told about the stories. One is on the hotel, Masuri Hotel, and one even about the forest guard, what all he saw. Okay, but he's telling, let me stop the stories now, because he himself is getting frightened of talking about the ghost stories. Okay, hope you enjoyed this poem, children. Read the poem thoroughly. Read the hard words which is given in your textbook, and read it thoroughly. Okay, children. Take care. Sai Ram. We'll meet you in the next presentation. Bye, children.